It's a privilege for me to be here among all of you. You are the youth of the country. I, of course, would like to thank Mr. Principal Subhas sir as well for inviting me to be among all of you. Looking at all of you, it reminds me of my time in this particular school as well. I, of course, have lived my journey of the school. We, of course, have a lot of stories, a lot of things that we have done. When we are in school, you tend to have limited things to bother about. Primarily, you are focused about your friends, how the things going to be. Probably you like coming to school as well. So yeah, of course, I can relate to each one of you. It's like a journey. Of course, a complete cycle where I can come up among you and, of course, share some insights. During my time, Deonat School, of course, was quite a reputed school, which is the case now as well. I stay very close to the school. It's like adjoining building. During our times, we used to do very notorious kind of things. I used to fly a lot of kites as well. I don't know if you do them these days or not. We've spent our lives here. Of course, at that point of time, we have limited vision, like what are we supposed to do. But during the course of the journey, you figure out like where you excel, what kind of things you do, and then eventually take those further. What I would like to tell all of you is, of course, you are the budding talents of this country. You need to look after yourself, the country, and of course, you need to grow your careers along the way. The earlier you figure out what you need to do, the passions you have, the kind of interests you have, and pursue those, it would be beneficial for all of you. I, of course, pursued civil engineering from Thakur University. I, of course, was not knowing at that point of time like this would be my interest. But eventually, during the course of time, I figured out okay, this is what I was meant to do. I, of course, thought in the beginning like probably cricket is what I am best at and that's what I should pursue. But at that point of time, we never had these opportunities in a small town like Nabha. But yeah, of course, now these days things are different. You have a lot of infrastructure, you have a lot of facilities. I would request you to make good use of all these facilities for your growth, for nation's growth. What else I would say is, of course, you all need to dream ever so high. Probably aim for the moon. Even if you miss, you may land among stars. That doesn't mean you need to just aim and do nothing. You need to bifurcate your days into small activities, focus on those things, and then try to make every passing day a better one. Every single day of your life should be a learning experience where you take probably a percent or less, but at least you should think on those lines like, okay, I did something well today and that's what I take it forward. Yes, I am here if somebody wants to ask me any question as well. Please feel free. One more thing, don't be hesitant. People from smaller cities are generally hesitant. I am one of those as well. Of course, you are the youth generation. We call you Gen Zs. You should question, established institutions. You should question why this is not working, why this is not happening. So yeah, don't be afraid. Stand up, ask things, and stand out as well. Yeah, please.
I also want to be a civil engineer, so much I also want to be a civil engineer, so what should I start from now?
Okay. Basically, when I did civil engineering, I of course was not knowing many things. Just to give you a perspective, what I do in my life or day-to-day things is, I'm a civil engineer. But civil engineer, of course, is a vast stream. There are bifurcations. You can be a road engineer. When I talk about road, it's about highways, motorways, expressway. You tend to see bigger roads. You can be a structure engineer. You see buildings here, so that's altogether different. You can be a bridge engineer, you travel over flyovers, there are bridges, so you can be a bridge engineer. In India, what is being looked after is, or is ignored is drainage. A lot of times you will see like whenever there are rains, there'll be water clogging everywhere, there'll be potholes, a lot of other issues. So you can be one of those drainage engineers sorting problems of Nabha or India or any other state, or at the world level as well. So there are bifurcations. If you want to be a civil engineer, first of course you start. Of course you need to start noticing things around. Like when I commute to school, what are the things that I encounter? There's an electricity pole right in the middle of the road. Somebody can go and back that pole, right? So there's a safety concern. If there is a signage, what does that signage means? Like, is it a two-way movement, one-way movement, or is it a roadblock? So you need to be. Civil engineering is nothing but common sense. There'll be a little education to support that engineering, but ultimately it's common sense. It's the common solutions that we generally provide, but of course we back it up with some studies as well. So what I would advise you is start noticing what's around you, what kind of things fascinates you. Be it a road, be it you see a pothole, you might figure out like why there's a pothole in the middle of the road. Everything seems to be okay. Was that due to excessive loading on the road? There was big trucks going over, or is it like there was a ponding in between, so the road has caved in? So start figuring all these things. Probably start reading a bit as well, so that all will help. But of course, good to know like you also want to be a civil engineer. During the time, we primarily used to feel like okay, there'll be a site job. Generally, you'll be on a site, but I'm not a site kind of person. I work from office. I do get to travel a lot of countries as well for my routine work. At this point of time, I'm working on a project which is high-speed rail. That's a rail project back in UK, which is being designed at a speed of 400 kilometers per hour. We talk about bullet trains. That's what is happening in UK as well. UK generally would have trains running at higher speeds compared to India, like 300, 250. But this is slightly special in terms of speed. So whatever infrastructure is getting, there is any infrastructure which is getting disconnected. So we'll do all kind of roads, bridges, all those kind of stuff. So that's quite a big project. It is running for 8 years. It runs into billions and billions of dollars. It's a mega project. Yeah. Anybody else? Please feel free. Yeah.
सो जैसे आप अभी जैसे इंजीनियर बने हुए हैं ना, तो मैं क्रिकेटर बनना चाहता हूँ, फिर मेरे दोस्त मजाक उड़ाते हैं और पेरेंट्स कहते हैं कि इंजीनियर बनता है, फिर मैं क्या क्या बनूँ?
बहुत ही अच्छा क्वेश्चन है आपका. मैं भी क्रिकेटर बनना चाहता था, मैं इंजीनियर नहीं बनना चाहता था, बट दैट्स हाउ डेस्टिनी प्लान्ड आउट. एंड बेसिकली क्या होता है ना, ऑफ कोर्स देयर इज, मेरी इंग्लिश समझ आ रही है ना, मतलब ऐसा कुछ तो नहीं है. क्या होता है ना, लाइक ओके वी हैव पैशंस, ओके. Parents of course have their perspective. They feel like, just imagine we are a country of 150 crore people, right? How many get to play cricket at a decent level? Say IPL, say India for that matter is like a big achievement. Very limited, right? So if you have to count them, you can count them on figures. You can say like okay, 150 of our 150 crore people gets to play cricket, right? But that doesn't distract you from pursuing your talent. That's how people come up and do certain things. So what I would suggest is, of course, play cricket, follow your passions. That's very important in life, because at a certain age, of course, I'm 38, may not look like 38. If you don't have passions in your life, after a certain extent, you feel like there are certain voids. You cannot do certain things in a certain manner. You need to have energy in yourself as well. So what I would suggest you is pursue your passion. I'm not sure what kind of infra do we have in Nabha. But yeah, take it a little seriously, spend that kind of a time, whatever you can spare. Of course, I can imagine you have school as well, probably half of your day goes into school. But whatever time, an hour, 2 or 3, whatever you can spare for cricket, do that. And then don't leave your studies. It's a backup kind of a thing, but you can excel at both as well. There are people, there are examples, but there'll be a stage in your career when you'll think like, okay, probably this is the best for me and I should continue in that direction. then your passion becomes your hobby. Like, okay, I can do a job as well, which of course is something you like, and then you can pursue your hobby as a cricket and continue with that. Thank you for asking this lovely question. Thanks.
Nowadays there are three categories in Nabha.
Mm-hmm.
There are many students are attending and lot of level there is, but it is there.
Okay.
Many students are fascinated to see those academies. They are going there.
हाँ नहीं हमारे टाइम में क्या होता था वी नेवर यूज्ड टू हैव दिस फैसिलिटीज देयर इज अ कॉलेज ग्राउंड आई थिंक यू मस्ट हैव ऑल सीन कॉलेज ग्राउंड एंड देयर वाज अ मिनी ग्राउंड राइट नेक्स्ट टू दैट ग्राउंड so during those times we used to play with a leather ball and there were like at least 15 teams playing leather ball cricket right next to each other. That leather ball can hit anybody's head, nobody was bothered. If I think or recall those times now, I'll say like, okay, I should not be doing that. Or of course I have a son as well. I of course will not want him to do that because there's a safety risk, right? You never know, a ball hits your head and there is something that happens. But of course the craze, of course we had limited facilities, one single ground and entire Nabha comes into play. So yeah, that was the times as well, but I presume and believe as well, now the facilities have improved and you must have better academies as Subhash sir has said, to play around and of course focus on objectives. Anybody else? No? One final question? Yeah.
So I want to know what's the best method to control the backlogs in studies?
Backlogs.
Yes.
Okay. Backlogs मेरी आई नहीं है वैसे. इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज में एक बार आई थी. Okay. I think I believe or what I think is generally everybody has certain liking for certain subjects. Like I always had a liking for maths. I always had a liking for physics. So these kind of subjects. I never had liking for Punjabi, to be very honest. I took coaching in Chandigarh for a year or so, which is like competitive exams, all these AIEEEs, IITs, and all those kind of things. During our times, we were told like, okay, Punjabi is something which you even go and write in the paper, you'll be cleared. But in plus two, which is pre-boards, I was the only one in college which got like, I didn't clear that subject, Punjabi. So it was very hilarious. People were mocking me like anything, like you cannot even clear Punjabi and you are from Punjab. So my takeaway on that would be, of course, you will have certain subjects where your interest would lie. Keep pursuing those as well, but pay some kind of a weightage wherein you should be able to fail an exam. Getting 60-70% should not be a problem. So even if you take, whatever time you have in a day, even if you want to put a little more time towards the subjects you like, but make sure what you don't like, you put some time into that as well. It may very well happen like over a period of time you start liking those subjects as well, and automatically your interest, your time will go into that subjects. I'll give you an example as well. The maths that we have till say 10th is very interesting maths. If you go into engineering, the maths altogether change. Math as a subject, I didn't like the math in engineering. Engineering, I like different subjects, thermodynamics, mechanics, all those kind of things. But maths changes in your engineering career or if you study further as well. So there can be transitions. Make sure you put some weightage to those subjects which you don't like, and it may very well happen over the due course of time you start liking those subjects as well. Yeah, thank you. I hope मैं भाषा नहीं दे रहा था. Of course I relate to younger generation. I like to be with younger generation. The reason for that is, of course, I derive a lot of energy from young people. You're a youth, stay vibrant, stay energetic. People should come and say, and like these are the people, these are the students from Nabha. and that too from Gyan Public School. So you should carry this legacy forward and make each one of us proud in times to come. Thank you.